Essex MPs have promised a new amendment to help flat owners trapped in buildings affected. But as the Building Safety Bill is debated in Parliament today, some say too many families are likely to miss out. Well, joining us now is Yvette Williams, co-founder of Justice for Grenfell. Hello to you. Thanks for joining us on the programme this morning. This Building Safety Bill, second reading, what are you hoping from it?
You would hope that the bill would have some kind of urgency in it, but when you read through it, they're buried in this really complex and long document. You actually find out there are no emergency or urgent actions that are going to happen. And actually, the amendments are fairly weak. They're promising pie in the sky.
Yvette, we can see the Grenfell Tower behind you. It is 4 years on. Why do you think it's taken so long?
I have no idea. I think at the bottom of it, it has to be about the political will to do so. We've just come through a pandemic. People are living in homes where they are covered in flammable material. Not only that, we've seen deregulation has gone to the heart of it. No proper fire doors, no kind of formal alarm systems in buildings. People have had to live through that. People are paying for people to walk around their blocks of flats at night just in case something like Grenfell happens, and people will ultimately play with their lives, and that has to be urgent in terms of putting that right. Now, the government are kicking this into the long grass. Get the flammable cladding and other materials removed. Then you need to actually deal with the regulations that went wrong. Putting in a new building regulator tells us nothing. It doesn't give those people any sense of additional safety. And housing that regulator in the Health and Safety Executive that we know was really poor in terms of protecting people under the recent COVID pandemic really fills no hope. What the government needs to do is they need to take responsibility for people's safety, for their citizens' safety. They need to do the removals, and then they can claim back from building the property developers and insurance companies for 15 years, as they've now extended it to.
Joining us is Giles Grover. He's a leaseholder and campaigner with Manchester Gladiators and End Our Cladding Scandal. Hello to you. Thanks for joining us, Giles. Tell us about your situation.
So my situation is I've been an affected leaseholder since the 26th of July 2017, when we discovered we've got ACM cladding on our building, the same as was on Grenfell. That's still on our building right now. I'm on the 9th floor. We've got some funding. You might be able to see some of the works started taking place. However, we've still got to find another £20,000 each to get the building completely safe.
So how much is it set to cost you and others to get this sorted in total?
Well, we had initial quote estimates of about 11 million to 12 million pounds. Over the last 6 to 9 months, the costs of the work, the contractors, the materials is shooting up. So we've got about half of it funded, I'd say. So it's all still a little bit vague, but we have been told the guidance is around £20,000. Potentially, we're going to have to find that within the next few months as well. So it's all a bit worrying.
In the meantime, Giles, you are in a property that you must be concerned about, given the cladding on the side of the building.
Yeah, we do have alarms in place now, so there is a level of comfort, but every so often there's a false alarm. You start thinking, oh God, we've got to evacuate from the 9th floor, heads down and make sure that we're all safe. So there is still the worry. We've got some of the same cladding that was on Grenfell, but we've got a number of other issues as well that we still don't know how they're going to be fixed, but they do need remediating. So it's just a feeling of being trapped, both financially, mentally and physically right now, really.
OK, so ahead of the second reading of this bill today, what's your message to politicians?
My message is that they need to actually finally stand true to the words that they said for the last 3 or 4 years about protecting us. There's no real legislation other than the extension to the Defective Premises Act that Yvette mentioned. there's nothing really in there to really help us. We're all still left in limbo, still trying to work out who's going to protect us. Boris Johnson needs to get involved and really take control of it, because Robert Jenrick hasn't done enough, really.
OK, it is certainly a challenge for you and so many other residents that have found themselves in this impossible position. Keep in touch and keep well. Thanks very much, Giles. Thank you.
Thank you.